Okay, so I let this rest a little. I did my nails while I was waiting. In a weird color. But that's okay. It's very summer. Springish. I guess almost whatever. Anyway, let's find out if this orange does good now. Oh yeah, look at that. Much better. And these are new markers too. So it's like, why are they... Oh, I'm done. Need to work in the yellow. And it's like, well, I only recently got these markers like a month ago. I got them as a gift from a friend of mine. A very good friend of mine who's been there and helped me deal with lots of things, helped me get back on my feet after the whole depressing thing with my friend, the one-sided friendship person. She gave me these, and I love using them. I love this tip. I love how I can just do a nice wide band. I love that. And I like how I can just, do stuff with these. I don't know. But anyway, these were a gift. And like I said, there are speckles on this paper. I can't really show it anymore. I just actually ran one over. There, like these speckles here. Oops. These speckles here, they're from that that is in the paper. This paper pack was a part of that Astro something. I got it at Walmart it was a pack of a bunch of bright colors. I used the yellow ones in a video, or yellow and orange ones in a video a while ago. I made beads out of it. Anyway, I got those at Walmart for what, $4.99? I forgot what weight this is. I think this might be, it's not very heavy weight. It's I think it's 65 weight cardstock. I think that's what it said on the outside of the package. But anyway, I figured, well, I have these nice juicy markers. I might as well, do something neat with them, because I was using them in a coloring thing. I always keep grabbing for this one to put it on here, but it does. Oh, sorry. I always keep grabbing this marker. So like when I was done there, I went like this to go ahead and put them on there, because I'm so used to just grabbing my marker lid off and sticking it up here, but they obviously don't go. So, and they kind of interlock. It's kind of neat. And then I double check. I really push to make sure it's closed. Yeah, I really like these markers. I have no idea how these beads are going to turn out. I'm pretty sure I'll be showing videos on making these beads, but I have so many other beads yet I still need to work on. I'm just basically having fun with this today. So it's just my way of relaxing and, working through my own little mental issues with my daughter. I really want the best for her. Right? She's a teenager right now, and all teenagers, every teenager when I was a teenager, I thought that I knew best, or my parents were so overbearing. Any adult was annoying. I thought all those same things that she feels, except, I'm trying really hard to try to find, positive ways that we can get her interested and motivated to do her work. And nothing seems to be working, because she doesn't want to try. So it's like I told my husband yesterday, I think I was talking about this before my marker decided to die out on me. So I would talk to my husband, and I was like, yeah, if she's like, behind on her homework, we really need to sit down and talk about what we can do. And he's like, there's nothing we can do, and part of me is like, yeah, that is very true. See, I just tried to do it again. There's nothing that we can do. I mean, in honesty, it's very much like a drug addict, or somebody who smokes cigarettes. You can't force them to do something you don't want, or that you want them to do, if they don't want to do it, and expect them to do it. It's You know, it's frustrating as a parent to know that your kid that you've really been working really hard their whole life to let them succeed in life, and they're just wasting it. I would have to say it's one of the hardest things that I've had to come to realize in my parenting. Now, see, if that friend of mine, that one-sided friend, if she wasn't so centric on herself, I would text her and ask, talk to her, just rant to her about my issues and, expect her to, respond. But I can't do that because the only response I expect from her is, that sucks, And it's like, that's not what I want to hear. I don't want to hear that sucks. I know it sucks. I know that what I'm feeling right now sucks because I'm the one feeling it. I know, I don't know how to describe it other than I don't talk, I don't try to call her. I don't try to text her. I mean, I do try to text her occasionally. I mean, I will say, how'd your weekend go? Various small talk, but I don't really get too much into, I don't get too invested in her emotions anymore. I can't deal with that. It's like with my sister when she was with this husband of hers he was a very emotional, destructive person to my sister. Like, he was like completely jealous of her. I mean, my sister has always been very, she has a lot of friends that are guys. That's how my sister has always been. She has more guy friends that are just friends that are men, guy friends. And that's just how she's always been. And her husband made her defriend all those people. He would pretend to be my sister when he was on Facebook and just various things like that. And, I would tell her, you need to leave him. He's the worst thing for you. And because she would call crying, I need your help. I want to get out of this relationship. So then I would tell her, okay, well, if you really want to, get everything all set up and I'll pay for you a ticket for you and your daughter, because at this point she only had one kid, which was from a different person. So her kid was three or so, four maybe at that time. Anyway, and I said, I'll get you guys a Greyhound ticket. And then she's like, then I wouldn't hear anything from her for like, I don't know, a couple weeks. And then she'd be like, oh, everything's great. And, with her husband and everything was wonderful. But then 3 weeks later, I would get another phone call in the middle of the night, her bawling her head off, whining about how her husband is mistreating her. And it's like, what the fuck? It's to me, I mean, I had already been dealing with like things like that with my sister for, I'd say, since 2010 and beyond. Well, actually, I dealt with that a lot more than that when she was also, when she was dating the guy of her, the father of her first kid. And she would call me when in the middle of the night when she lived in New Mexico, because she'd be all hyped up on drugs, and she'd call my house number at 3 a.m, at 2 a.m, and, want to talk to me, and she'd be bawling her eyes out. And I'd find out that she was hyped up on, drugs at the time. And, I don't know, just, I didn't want to walk into that type of position where I'm going to be forgiving somebody for the rest of my life, or ignoring how they make me feel for the rest of my life. I mean, I do it with my sister. I don't need to do it with everybody else in my life. I mean, my sister is enough of an emotional burden for me. And if my friend, this one-sided friend knew or cared to ask how I'm doing, she would know how difficult, things have been for me. in my life, dealing with, ballooned 60 pounds in 3 months with this, with the perimenopause, with all my hormones going out of fluctuation. Thank God my, weight has stabled off, and I've actually been losing weight slowly over, the last year and a half, due to, I know now what I need to watch out for, and sugar is what you need to watch out for. Best thing, if you have an issue with dieting at all, the best thing you can do is get rid of the pop. Get rid of pop. I mean, once in a while, pop is okay. If you had a special meal, like if your anniversary's coming up and you want to have a pop at supper and you hadn't had any for like 6 months before that, or even, once a month. I mean, anybody who does a lot of, successful workouts and things, they talk about cheat dates. Don't beat yourself up because you wanted to have one pop, once. But anyway, it just, to me, I'm going to sit here and talk for a little bit because now this really has my attention. So I'm going to take you off the perch and I'm going to show you what I've got done. And yeah, whoops, I'm sorry, I was holding the wrong end. Yeah, so that's what the main reason, if I really wanted to get down to why I wanted to back away from this one-sided friendship, that is probably why, is because I had to deal with my sister calling me all the time and telling me that she wanted to be away from her husband, and then I would find out later that she still wants to be with him because he was into drugs and she still was into drugs, and it just, for me, I didn't personally want to have to keep dealing with somebody that emotionally draining. I love these. I love this. And I love rainbows. You can put rainbows and label them as whatever you want. But back in the day, I remember always being jealous of the kids who had those Lisa Frank, very colorful folders. That's what this reminds me of, and that's why I think they're really nice. They're simple patterns. I have no idea how these are going to bead, but I'm pretty sure the patterns will be cool. I like this one probably the best. But anyway, that is probably the main reason why I physically can't put myself, because my sister, she spiraled me into such a, here, I'm going to turn my phone, hopefully. Nope, sorry, it doesn't flip over. Sorry, I thought it would orient itself. My sister had thrown me into this horrible loop of, how do I want to word it? It was always this endless cycle of, oh my God, I'm worried about her. I'm depressed. I'm physically being sucked in. I'm being depressed. All of my emotions, because I don't just have, my sister to deal with. My father, he does not like the fact that I'm a stay-at-home mom. He thinks I'm a worthless piece of crap on society because I don't have a physical job. And, he thinks that all of my depression issues and all of my stuff will go away if I had a working job. And maybe he's right, maybe he's not. I don't know. But anyway, I just figured I would give a little bit more of a reason to why I'm guarding myself from falling prey to the same thing, because eventually I had to I blocked my sister's call, my sister's number she'd always call me at. I blocked her on Facebook. I didn't talk to her for like a year and a half because I couldn't physically deal with her drain on me emotionally anymore. So anyway, I finished and I really like the way they turned out. Okay, bye!